Hi, welcome to Inge's Knitting Lab along and this series on how to make the Lacy cable tee. In this episode I will show you how to make the fifth and final V-neck increase and cast on stitches here at the center V to continue in the round. As usual, let's have an overview. I have just finalized the 4 V-neck increases here, and we will make the 5th V-neck increase in a different way than the other 4. So instead of doing the increases inside the 4 edge stitches here, we will do the increase inside the first edge stitch here. And we will do yet another lacy cable stripe because we will have this edge stripe in between. Let me show you on a sketch here. So the edge stitches here that continue running down the V-neck here will go straight down here, and we will make this final lacy cable increase here and cast on stitches for a tree trunk stripe to be the center stripe. And when making the last increase, we do it on every row, so it takes us 4 rows to make the new V-neck increase. However, remember to continue or start the raglans or the sleeve increases here every other row. Yeah, let me start. So first I will remove the stitch markers or move them to being here inside the first stitch, and also in the other side. Yes. And now I will knit the first stitch, slip the marker, and then make 1 purl left. And then I just continue the round, the SPR1 round here, and do increases over here as well. I have now reached the right shoulder and the V-neck increase here, so I knit until the marker and make an increase leaning right and make a purl increase leaning right, slip marker and knit. So now when turned, I will work an SPR2 round and make the second increase. So I purl 1, slip the marker, and make 1 purl right. And this will look like a knit stitch on the other side. I knit the stitch and continue working the round in SPR2, besides the sleeves, of course, just as usual. And I remember on this row I will do no increases here at the sleeve and at the body raglans. I'm now at the left shoulder, so I will work until, no, I have to remember the last one. Here's the knit stitch on the wrong side, and then I will make a purl stitch leaning to the left, slip the marker and do the edge stitch. So now we have worked the first 2. I have just turned my work here and I'm ready to do the third row here in the final V-neck increase. I have also changed section of the pattern to yoke joint at neck to continue in the round. And I will do the next increase in a slightly different way again in order to resemble this hole in the lacy cable stripe here in a better way, so it looks nice here at the center. So I will start purling the first stitch here, slip the marker, and now I resemble the yarn over here, so I kind of pick up the bar between the stitches here as if I had just forgotten to make the yarn over the last row, which we could have done and then knitted it here, but I've made many trials on how to make this look the best, and the hole becomes a bit smaller here when you do it in this way, resembling the lacy cable stripe better. So this is what we do, and then knit a stitch, purl, and continue to the right shoulder doing the SPR3 round. And now remember to do the increases here at the sleeves and body raglans, and let's meet over here. I'm now at the right shoulder at this SPR3 round, so I will work until the marker, and I will do the same thing. I will lift the bar between the stitches and knit it as if I just forgot to do a yarn over. And then I will purl the stitch. And now it's time to cast on stitches for the center V here. So I will just make 3 new stitches using the backward loop technique. So here I have 3 stitches, and it's time to connect over here to make the second setup round and finalize the 5th V-neck increase. So let me just find the strand here. Yeah, so 1 purl, I slip the marker and I look at it. So now I have the purl, a knit, and the yarn over knit here. So now I need to make 1 left, and I have all 3 stitches for the lacy cable stripe here. So I continue working SPR4 the whole round until I reach over here. I'm now at the second shoulder at the first setup round, so I will just work until marker. So I work the first knit stitch and the yarn over stitch picked up, and then I will make 1 increase to the right. So now I have the lacy cables here, and then I slip the marker, do a purl stitch, and now I start connecting here by working these 3 newly cast on stitches as knit stitches, and this center stripe here will become a tree trunk stripe. So this is how the final increases work. Let me just continue over here. Yeah, we now move on to finalizing the raglan increases. I made 2 increases over here while doing 4 increases at the V-neck. Let me just show you now. I reach an SPR1 row, so I have the lacy cable hole here, so I just slip 1 stitch, work 2, and pass over, and now we have the lacy cable here with a small hole, and I can continue working in the round. It is easy now with SPR1 to 4 rows. And over here I do the same thing, slip this one, work 2, pass over, and we will see the hole here being created down here. Let me just show you the end result here. I have just worked yet another round in the raglan section with an SPR1 round for you to see that we have now made this fifth and final increase looking like a lacy cable stripe. And by the small trick we used here, picking up the strand between the stitches, we resemble the lacy hole here in the lacy cable and also over here. And this will be very nice and when we add the icon band here. So I have removed the stitch markers here. I don't need them anymore. I will just continue with the tree trunk stripe here in between, and we are good to go. The next time we will meet is when we reach the fullest point of the bust, and then we have more decisions to make. So this was all for now in today's episode. So Roger and over from Inge's Knitting Lab along. Happy knitting. Bye bye.